can I get that a little closer? That might do it. Okay. Just getting everything set up here. We with you temporarily. What up, Jorgie? Boom, boom. Make sure that's shared to Discord. Good there. I didn't forget about you. I'll have those divot tools posted soon. Okay. Okay, charging, loaded. Don't need this guy. All the custom picks have not been taken. So the issue with customs picks is I can only do, well, I could, you know, I prefer, so this is what I do, to do 2 or 3 because otherwise the white box is easy. You can knock them all out, but then trying to set up a different scene, a little bit different for each one, and you don't want it all to be the same, so I don't do them all the same day. First one's a glitch. So we'll take those apart and then be ready to roll with them. A big portion of the customs should be shipped out tomorrow, though. I've got the Candy Storm Afterlife and Surprise, some Candy Storm respawn lights. We haven't had anything. This camera I'm not going to be able to zoom in for you, so that's unfortunate. I apologize. What up, Eric? Yeah, you've been enjoying yours? Good. I'd show you off how nice this Candy Storm is, but I can't zoom in on my webcam. Yeah, those will all be shipped out, except for we have a holiday Monday, so at the latest Tuesday, then just. Yep, these will all be up in the shop Friday. We've got the Afterlife and the respawn lights, and both in the Candy Storm. I also have a stock up of the G20s, which are the pads for the Afterlife, bearing restocks, Diamond Blend restock, and the D size bearings and D size pads for the mini cubby. So big accessory restock for when these drop Friday. I really like the Afterlife. When you were asking me for basically competition-based yo-yos, that's why I never mentioned the Afterlife to you. It is not a competition-based yo-yo at all. This is like very much a super floaty yo-yo. It's big, and it really is just floaty's I don't know whether you like to use the term or not. It's what it is to describe it. What do you guys think about this hat? Just a sample, so I don't have any for the store or anything. That's all embroidered patch. The ones in the store, I think, are specifically designed for me. They're like golf hats. A little bit more dad style, a little bit golfy. It's a golf. If you golf, it's always in the pro shop. That's the brand that they use. So I just wanted some G2 ones, so I put them in the store too. But this is like a specific one that I think most of you will like. And because I just like the Tsunami logo so much. Get you a custom Reaper. The Reaper's retired outside of the last rolls I have that are set up for customs. What's up, Andrew? Yeah, relax is a pretty good way to also describe the Afterlife. That's a nice ting to it with that big bowl. After life is dope, you got the blackout. I think outside of the Patreon shipment, this is our first non-solid Afterlife to hit the store. Don't mind me. I'm much better at designing yo-yos than yo-yoing. These ones are super interesting. It's doesn't make a solid color when it spins. Unless it's just those last two specifically that I've noticed it. It's making a fade from light to the darker purple from the center to the edge. And that's kind of how they wash, is it seems like there's a lot of the clear towards the center. So it's how they're racked, I suppose. That's better. Regen machine. These customs look amazing from the video the other day. The customs from that most recent video are wild. There's a lot of great color combos in there that are, I feel like, very original. That I even wouldn't have done. That didn't sound great to me on paper, but when you're the only person making the colorways, you kind of get into this pattern of doing the same stuff and rotating through, where the customs are kind of, at least on my level, helping me see colors that I might not have experimented with can go well together. So far, I've been talking to my wife about Worlds, and she said I should go for it, but I'm just going to save as much money as I can. I'm totally down to golf in Cedar Point. Yeah, so if you're flying in early, we'll try and figure out and make some golf work for sure. Like I said, my son's birthday's that weekend. It's August 2nd, so I'm sure we'll be doing a family party and then his regular party maybe, so the whole weekend's going to be shot for me. So maybe I come up to Worlds Friday, but I mean I'm 45 minutes away and I might not make it to Worlds at all. But I will try to do a prior to Worlds golf meet or Cedar Point trip. Yeah, I love the sponge on the rims. Hmm. It's hard to pick a favorite because they kind of fall into different categories for me. I liked the purple black wash with clear and aqua splash and then green rims. I really like the way that it was like a colorway you would expect, the purple black wash, clear and aqua. That's like a normal, like that's something that is right in my wheelhouse. But then when you pop those greens rims on it, that's something I never would have done. And it really just is pops and it's super nice. So I like that. I really like that Spider-Man one and the Kill Bill, and the Autumn one because they're all so different. So I don't know if I could pick one favorite. There's just too many that were kind of just really worked in for different reasons. So I always test these respawns before I put the lube in. Make sure they're smooth because once you gum up the bearing, it's always hard to tell. What's up, Brandon? Respawn light AL6, I believe. I'd had to double check. I had these rolls for a long time. The hot magenta. I do like that magenta as a speckle and a splash. I don't like it as if it was the solid base color, but that's just me. But it's pretty unique. You don't really see that color very often on yo-yos. Bright pinks are pretty much a staple in the yo-yo world. What's today? Wednesday? Hump day? I think I'll end up putting one of these in my display. The wash is really nice on that flat cup. And the only other non-engraved I have, oh, never mind, I got multiple. I'll stop talking. I was going to say is the RBG, but I've got a Berries and Cream, a Mamba, and a Nebula for the non-engraved. Respawn is the perfect gift. That's why I like it so much as the groomsman gift. Because somebody can appreciate it that only knows how to throw and catch. Well, I guess throw, catch, and rock the baby. Do you hate when you do that? Hey, not bad after the scheduling snafu this morning. I'm getting a quick stream in with these testings while Oakland's taking a nap. And I gotta get Ninja's picture so I can get his customs shipped. It's the G19 pads with Boss Ripper bearing. What are we talking about? Okay, let's get these tested. Mr. Wiggs, welcome to the show. I had something to ask you, but now I forget. All right, so we got one bearing. Let's start it off over here. Closed side out. The Afterlife, yeah, Afterlife is our first using the G20 pad. And the Ripper bearing, it's got that flat in the center, so it works a little better with suicides. Because it kind of is like a flat, slacky, suicide-y type playing yo-yo. And I find that the Ripper works better for suicides than the Rage. It almost fits inside the respawn light inside the Afterlife. Lars, I had you down for 4. I don't remember how many bearings are in the Ripper. Andrew, I wouldn't put too much weight in the number of bearings in the yo-yo. I think the Rage is a 10 for sure. I forget what the Ripper is. You'll take 4. 4 of each, respawns and Afterlife. Pierre's over there visiting you right now. Well, not quite, but. Trevor, you're a Ripper or a Rage fan? I'm hoping to live stream the Elites tomorrow, Alex. But today Oakland's sleeping. Tomorrow the kids will be at the sitter, so I'll have a dedicated time. Where today it's kind of whenever Oakland wakes up. So I had there was less testing of these two. I don't know that a 10 spins longer than an 8. Elites, there will be extra Elites, and then eventually make it to their store as well. Yeah, Lars, I'm trying to figure something out. But yeah, most likely it's going to be maybe, I think I'm going to do 6 p.m. Eastern. So I think that's midnight there. Still not a great time for you. These are Afterlives, Mr. Matt. But Aaron, back to your point between a 10 and an 8. You'd have to get like a similar bearing that has both, and have to kind of like drop them in the same yo-yo. And there's still a lot of variables there. I think the difference in bearing ball number, it might be just a, I don't know. I don't think you're going to notice it in person. I think it's just something to talk about to get you to try it. Nice. So Trevor, the herdsman will make a return, but the herdsman is, I guess I don't talk about it very much because it just makes anybody that's not a member of Patreon mad at me. So our pilgrim and our herdsman are both exclusive to the Patreon platform, so they were used for monthly shipments to members over there, and they're also, when we do a restock, exclusive to members over there to buy the new ones. So there will be a restock of those and a restock of Arbiter X's over there, which is a Patreon exclusive, so they're only sold there. Hopefully moving forward, the plan here is only to have the Agent series, which are kind of the player SIGs, to be the exclusives over there. And like the Arbiter X was kind of just something that Patreon asked for, so it was an exclusive. I don't know. I think it's nice to get the stuff early over there. The biggest perk over there is the consistency and convenience to get something every single month. I don't know how many items I want to be exclusive to only release there, because then, similar to the herdsman and whatnot, they're kind of dropped as their monthly shipment and then forgotten because there's no releases on them. And honestly, they're just like the Arbiter X and the herdsman are two of the best yo-yos I think that have been made under the G2 umbrella. So it kind of stinks that they don't get to be known and used by a lot of people. Mr. Mark Hassan. Pilgrims, period, were only for Patreon, outside of those couple that I've sold on the glitch sale just recently. The Tsunami has so much power. I'm done testing, so I'm just kind of messing around trying to think of a average throwers club trick. I don't know. Anybody that's in here, so if you're in Patreon, do you think what I said is accurate? And if you're not in Patreon, do you think what I said is accurate? There's always going to have to be some exclusives over there because of the monthly shipment. There's a lot of different things that need to be produced that will be exclusives with the Agent series, but overall I'd like a lot more to make it to the store, but I don't think I can have 12 models get normal releases per year. Mr. Bradley, welcome. You showed up late. I don't know that I can really. Let me see if I can think of a way to quickly summarize. So someone was asking about a brass herdsman or just a regular herdsman restock, and I said it was Patreon exclusive, part of the Agent series, and that ideally I won't have too many exclusives like that anymore. While it is exclusive, it still has runs that are available for people to buy as Patreon members. But I don't love the fact that the Arbiter X and Brass Herdsman are two of the best yo-yos I've ever made. I feel like two of my favorites ever, and they didn't get to see regular releases because they were Patreon exclusives. So a lot of people missed out on them, and I think that also they don't quite get the full credit they deserve with how good they are because of the small audience that has used them. So I don't want to focus on getting exclusives for Patreon. The biggest thing is getting things consistently and conveniently to you, so you don't have to worry about drops. And there will be exclusives because there has to be 12 yo-yos a year, and I don't think I can have 12 normal drops a year. But I would like to limit the amount of exclusives so that some of the models that I really do enjoy a ton, and some of my favorites, more people can enjoy as well. So I'd like it to be more of a consistent and convenient situation for a lot of people instead of just like where it kind of is billed as an exclusivity club. I can't say it. So for the most part, colorways I don't really repeat. So when I do ship something out, it is still a Patreon exclusive colorway because it's not going to get redone. Bars, maybe like 2 hours earlier. I'm thinking 6 p.m. Eastern. I think that's kind of already happening, Alex. But that does open up the door of a good idea as far as like the next Agent series. It's you guys are going to get it instead of it being a full Patreon exclusive. It can be a locked up for Patreon only for a year. Friday. But I haven't posted it yet. I just tested them today, Lars, so I wanted to get the numbers before I send out the email. I need an average throwers club trip. Yeah, I'm gonna drop both at the same time. I expect the Afterlives will be a pretty quick release. I could see the respawn sticking around for a while. People have been asking for them, so we'll post them and see. Yep. I just did something. Great streaming jig. I just did something, yeah. Anyways. But I can't figure out how I was in that map. There it is. So I just have it over. So you've been working long on your own than Ron? Ron's definitely been busy. He's supposed to get those koozies out, but I forget what his excuse was today. Alex, you going to Cedar Point this weekend? Next weekend? This weekend? think this was my next favorite. Or this was what I was going to post. I forgot. My favorite average repeater. Because it's just crossing it, uncrossing. Kid activities will get you. Even on that holiday weekend, they got to give you the time off. I think I'm going to post that repeater. I didn't actually post it, did I? I filmed the intro. Good and risky. Dang it, you buy it. Timing of this feels a lot better on that afterlife. Just a little more flowy. There we go. Just short. You're watching me fail at the flip trick. Oh no. Nope. Psych. GT. There it is. Oh, I remember it. Hey, see you later, Andrew. That was pretty cool to do that first try once I remembered how to do it. Probably because of the afterlife. Yeah, because I can't do it. Oh. It's one of my favorite binds. It's just not that easy. Responsive Afterlife, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern in the G2 store. On that, I'm out of here. Catch you guys on the flip side. Hopefully you had a good time watching me